Morning all, hope you guys are well. Today this is my VR to Big Smoke, or film. This is not, I will repeat, not an entry to his giveaway, as if you have entered this giveaway you will know that the prize is a commissioned pipe by me. So I thought I will give a VR to support this channel and to make more awareness of it, but of course I will not enter, as I think that would be slightly unfair. So yeah, I've got these questions written down, as I forget quite often. So Phil's first question, he has 4 questions which I think are fantastic questions and they really get you thinking. The first one is, why did you get into pipe smoking? For me, I got into pipe smoking as a transition through cigars. Some of you will know that I smoked cigars for about 5 or 6 years previously. I'm still massively into cigars, and it was kind of through the YTPC that I got into pipe smoking. I didn't have any interest in pipe smoking beforehand, but as I said, being into cigar smoking for a number of years, there isn't much. I wouldn't say there's much of a cigar community on YouTube, nowhere near as much as pipe smoking. There is a lot of great content, but through that I've found people like Simon, LCS Briars, London Calling Simon, Briar Blues, I'm trying to think who else. There was another channel, escapes me. But those 2 channels, in particular Simon, I came across them. Mike's channel, I don't know how I first came across that, but Simon's channel, as many of you know, he still does a lot of cigar reviews. He does tours of JJ Fox and Davidoff, and that's how I came across his channel. So in some ways, it was Simon's fault for getting me into pipe smoking. Because I was kind of lured in from there, and then I started to watch some of his lives and just watch a lot more of his pipe videos, and then it kind of edged me on to get into pipe smoking. So that's my story. It's not, it's probably not common to where people, well, I suppose maybe it is, I don't know. But for me, that's how it's almost the YTPC brought me into pipe smoking. Beforehand, there was never any interest in pipe smoking, as I was completely cigar forward. And now to carry on from that, Phil's second question was, what was your first pipe? Now, like some people, my first pipe was nothing spectacular at all. This is GQ Tobacco's own brand pipe. You can see GQ Tobacco's. I don't think it actually has their stamps. Some people have said over the years that these are, I think, Parker seconds. They were. Some people said they were made by Dunhill. They were their basket pipes. I can't confirm or deny any of that. But that was the first pipe I cut my teeth on. I still occasionally smoke the pipe. Not very often. I'm not that big into aromatics, but when I do, I have it with this pipe. There are some aromatics I will smoke in other pipes, but for those really kind of artificial aromatics, I will smoke in this pipe. But yeah, this is what I broke my teeth on, you could say, with pipe smoking. Now the third question is, what was your first pipe tobacco? Now, I don't currently have my first pipe tobacco on hand. It was Samuel Gawith Chocolate Flake. When I first started out, I bought with GQ, with how fantastic their website is here in the UK. You can buy small samples of blends from a few pound each. Just buy 5, 10, 15, 25 grams of blends. And that's what I did. I bought a selection of blends to try. One of them, and the first one I smoked out of the batch, was Chocolate Flake by Simon Garth. I'm assuming at the time probably the thought of chocolate in the tobacco appealed. I remember it being really nice. I remember enjoying it from the off. It wasn't like I had one bowl of some awful tobacco and I thought, oh, this is awful. I actually really enjoyed it from the start. But yeah, haven't had that really since actually. Although I do remember, and I know that with a lot of Samuel Gawith blends, even their kind of aromatics, if you want to call them, the quality of the base tobacco is extremely high. So although it was called chocolate flake, it wasn't like a classic aromatic to where it's heavily cased or heavily topped. It just had that subtle chocolate note to it. But I do remember enjoying it. But what I have here, so some of you might not believe this in comparison to what's happened today and with the world of Germains, but the second blend I ever smoked was Germain's Rich Dark Flake. I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's kind of one of those moments where I've kind of shot myself in the foot, since it was literally the second blend I ever tried. Didn't know what Germain's was at the time. And back then, Germain's was regularly available, unlike it is now. But Rich Dark Flake, second blend I ever had, and I fell in love with the blend the second I had it, even when pipe smoking was new to me, and I've had it ever since. Of course, today it's harder to take your hands on it, so I don't smoke it nearly as much as I would want, because I try and save as much of it as I can. But yeah, fantastic blend, and one I'm really glad I tried in my first batch. But to follow on from that, I remember, if I recall, there was 4 or 5 blends I ordered when I ordered this pipe, and one was, I think, Century's Vanilla. Century is a brand in the UK. It's kind of like a American-based tobaccos, a lot of aromatics. I ordered Samuel Gawith Chocolate Flake, Samuel Gawith Full Virginia Flake, and then I ordered some Germain's Rich Dark Flake and some Germain's Brim Flake. Those were the 5 or 6 tobaccos I tried. Again, I didn't order, sorry about that, just not the camera. I ordered 10-gram samples of all these blends to try out. And I think I've still got some of the Brim Flake, because again, some people love that blend, but to me, I was never a big fan of it. And lastly, although I've kind of touched on that, do you still smoke your first pipe and the first pipe tobacco? The answer to that is no, not really. Of course, I haven't smoked chocolate flake since. I've kind of would want to try it again though. I think my palate now would enjoy that a lot. And regarding this pipe, no, not really. Like I said, occasionally when I have heavy aromatics, that's kind of your aromatics where they're so heavily cased and topped to where it would ghost a lot of other pipes. This is kind of reserved for that. But apart from that, everything else I still smoke that I first tried, apart from Brown Flake and a few other blends. But I'd say in the first 10 tobaccos I ever tried, I probably still smoke 6 of them, which I bet isn't that common. I bet kind of some people's first blends they smoke, they might have had occasionally and then have never went back to, whereas the majority, I would say, of my first 10, and again, for a long time I never bought a tin of anything. I bought small samples to try and work out what I liked. So yeah, that was my VR to Phil. Big Smoke. I hope he does really well. His channel is growing phenomenally fast and he has just a great channel in general. Really nice guy, fantastic workshop, and personally I think he's got a jaw of iron, because the guy clenches the biggest pipes possible for extended periods of time, and for me my jaw would just fall apart. So yeah, if you haven't already, please give Phil a sub, support his channel, and enter his giveaway, of course, to win one of my commissioned pipes. And when I say win one of the commissioned pipes, yeah, the prize is you will win a voucher which you can then come to me and commission a pipe. And also, I don't have any on me just now, but I have also contributed to Phil's Gaw of a deer antler tamper that I make. I don't think I've got any made just now, but I do them in either a metal base or a briar base. So yeah, that will be part of the price. So that being said, hope you guys are all well, hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll catch you later. Cheers.